Hello, hello, my subscribers. Welcome to Jamaican chapter. I am Nigel D Salmon, and today I will be taking you on a tour of the Moravian Church here in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. As I said before, I will be touring some churches here in St. Elizabeth, my parish, and tell you about the history of the people who are buried there. And just the tour itself is an excellent education. So come with me as I tour the grounds of the Moravian Church here in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. It's a small church, and it's perked up on a hill. So if you're coming from off the main road from Santa Cruz to Black River, if you're coming off that main road and then you turn onto the road going mountainside, then you'll find this church on your left. The church itself it has to be here for years, many, many years. I saw a picture of the church online, but when I come here, I can see that the grounds need some brushing up. And it makes me wonder if the church is still being used. I doubt it. I think if you're having church every Sunday, then all that thing on the side of the church there, they would have brushed it down. So I'm going to assume that the church is currently not in use. Even the sign there, it's getting rusty. It says Lacovia, the Moravian Church in Jamaica. It's quiet here, very quiet. It's a Monday morning, many individuals are gone, of course. It's always quiet at home on a Monday. Children are gone to school. The adults are gone to work. So it's a church on a hillside. Oh, the wasps. You can see the wasps up there, their nests. I don't see, there's one and few wasps. So the church is pretty much out of use for some time. Let me see if I can see on the inside. I am now above the church. As I said, the church is on a slant, sort of hill. So I come all the way up here on the hill and I look down on the church. Unlike other church that I've gone to tour the cemetery, um, this church does not have a lot of graves. There are a lot of space here, but there are not a lot of graves. And this does not mean that the church wasn't here for a long time. I don't know what the case is. It just means that there probably weren't enough members over the years that were buried here. There are some graves right down there in front the church. And up here where I am, there are two recent graves here. I'll read them. And to my right, there's also another grave here, and there is this grave here that it still has, you know, the plies around it. So that individual probably was the last one buried here, or the latest one buried here. So I'm up here, and I'm gonna start with the 4 graves or 5 graves that I see up here. Let me start over here at these 2 recent graves. I like the tile work on this one. Hold on. Whoa, I like the tile work on this one. And this one, it says in loving memory of, what's that? In loving memory of, is that Doris? Joni Earl. My God, I don't know what I'm saying here. Born November 28, 1964. Died October 9, 2003. And on the other side it says, beloved mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, and cousin. This is the grave of, her last name is O-R-R. The font that they used to write it, I can't read it well. Oh, there's a rum bottle there. Somebody was drinking some rum. Jamaicans believe that once you're dealing with the dead, you need some white rum, huh? This one says, in loving memory of Shirley Elizabeth Reed, born March 5, 1938, died October 20, 2016. So that's March 5, 1938 to October 20, 2016. On the other side it says, beloved mother, grandmother, great great grandmother, and aunt, forever in our thoughts. Shirley Elizabeth Reed. All right, so when I came here, and I was speaking just a while ago before I start reading the graves, I said I see only 4 graves. That's those 2 and those 2 over there. But then I look down here and I notice there are more graves here. In fact, there are many graves here. In the bushes, that bush, why I say bushes? In the bush, I see graves. There are graves over there in this bush. I'm seeing a lot of graves over here. It seems like they did not clean up the place. And so there are graves over here. And I'm going to go over here. I just don't want the courage to touch me. You see this? These are called courage. Look at them well. They touch against the skin. And you're going to spend even hours itching and itching. So you don't want it to touch your skin. So let me go in now. The courage is the main obstacle right now. I want to break. Sorry, courage. You're here living your life, little courage, and I'm coming here to break you apart. All right, let me go inside this bush. And I'm looking out in this bush and I'm seeing graves all the way over there. So it's a big property and the place just need to be debushed. All right, so all right. Oh, Brother Anansi, I'm sorry, but I have to break your web. We call spiders Anansis. So if you hear me say Anansi, that's how we call spiders in Jamaica. We call them Anansis. All right, so here up in the bush, I'm looking at this grave here. And it says, hold on. Right. It says, in loving memory of a dear aunt and cousin, come on, what's this word now? What's that? Dastella Fielding. What's this? Is this a D? What's this? Dastella Fielding. July 27, 1930 and died February 9, 2017. She died just 2017. It's now 2024. And her grave is in bushes. So she was about 77. No, she was about 76 at the time of her death. Here. And this is where her grave is, in the bushes. You know. And then there are more graves over there. Let me see if I can reach over there. So this is the grave of someone, but there is no writing on it. There is no writing. So it makes no sense to try read it. Okay, let me. As long as there is no courage, I'm good. Anything can brush against me. Courage and maca. Those are the enemies. I think I took a wrong path here. So there are some graves over there in the bushes. I don't think it's making any sense for me to go over there because I'm looking from here and they don't look like they can be read. They don't look like they can be read at all. There's nothing on them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5. But there's probably more. So they cannot be read. So I'm gonna go back out of here. Oh. Alright, let me pause a little and then get out and then start recording again. Alright, so I just came from out of the bush behind me and was only able to read, I don't know if it's Estella or Dastella Fielding, but her grave is the only one I was able to read over in that bush over there. And she died, as I said before, she died just 2017. And she's in so much bush, her resting place. So what I'm gonna do now, right down there behind me, over there, I'm gonna see if I can, it look like some writing is on that grave. So let me see the two of them before I look at the ones that are in the opening. Right, so let's check it out. All right, so I see 2 graves here. Again, meet upon courage, but not so much in my way. Oh, actually there are 3 graves here. There's this one. There's that one there that looks like a couch. And behind it is a tall one there. Right over there. With no writing on it. That looked like it was there a very long time ago. Alright, so this one here looks as if it can be read. So I didn't bring anything to brush because I didn't expect to have to brush anything off. But this is the grave of, let me read it. It says, in loving memory of a dear husband and father, grandfather, Croswell Vivian Marshall, born the 13th of the 10th, 1926, the sunset the 18th of the 10th, 2007. Croswell Vivian Marshall. He was born the 13th of the 10th, 1926, and he died the 18th of the 10th, 2007. So, born in October, died in October. And the other side it says, sadly missed by all. Blessed are the dead who die in the Lord. Rest in peace. So this is the grave of Croswell Marshall. Croswell Marshall. All right. So the graves are scantily apart. Scantily apart. So sad. Why did they allow the place to grow so much bush? You know, who's responsible for this place? Who's paying the tax? Who's paying the property tax? Can I walk on this? Don't fall apart. I don't think you will. This is a nice grave here. It's all tiled up. Like the things that they put at the edge there. Lovely. And there is a picture on it. So I'm gonna see if I can just step over and read. Woo, okay, read this lady's grave. This is her picture. That's her picture. It says Evelyn Joan Mackay. Here lies a beloved mother and sister, Evelyn Joan Mackay. May 17, 1936 to June 4, 2015. That's not long ago. That's 9 years ago. 9 years ago. On the other side it say, though absent, you are always near. Still loved, still missed, and very dear. Evelyn Joan Mackay. You know, though this is a small slant of a hill, it gives you a really nice view. A really nice view. I'm going down now to the graves that are in front of the church. I am here at the Moravian Church, Lacovia. It's a nice church. I don't know why they just allow it. It could even be two people. They could still, worship here. Hold on. This is a grave here. Oh, hold on. This grave is all broken in. This grave is all broken in. You can see it's all broken in right there. This is all broken up. So whoever was buried here, that's horrible. And I don't see any headstone fall. I don't even want to step on it. But as I was going down, I noticed I missed a grave here. Here on the grounds of the Moravian Church. This one here has no writing on it, but it's the top of it is lifting off, But this one looks older, but its headstone survived. So I'm gonna creep away. I know this is here for a very long time. So let me see if I can read it here. And it says, in loving memory of a dear husband and father. Hold on, let me read that over again. It says, in loving memory of a dear husband, father, and grandfather. Oh my God, I can't make the name out. Maybe Calvin. It could be Calvin Chambers. Yeah, Calvin Chambers. Born October 25, 1932, died September 16, 2008. Remembered in love. So Calvin Chambers died 2008. So that's 16 years ago. 16 years ago. And that little bush there, that little heap of bush, I mean, it could have been a grave, you know. But let me just keep going on. I'm going down. Ever hear that song? There's a church in the valley by the wildwood. There's a church in the day. No, good, yeah. Enough of you know that song. I don't know the lyrics, but I remember the part saying church in the valley.
There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier place in the dale. No spot is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the vale. Oh, come, 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 come to the church by the wildwood. Oh, come to the church in the dale. No spot is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the dale.
Alright, so here we have some graves here at the front. Some of them have writings on them. So let's go straight into it as we understand the history of the people who were buried here. This one says, in loving memory of a devoted wife and mother. That looked like the same name the lady in the bush have. Or maybe not. Like you say, Ursula. She was born October 2, 1904. And she died on April 13, 1990. Means that she was 86 years old when she died. Oh, I think it's Hugh. Because the name over here has the same last name and I can make it out. Beside her, we have the grave of Percival Arthur Hugh. So it's Huie. Says, in loving memory of a devoted husband and father, Percival Arthur Hugh, or Huey. Huey? Born May 10, 1901, died October 17, 1979. It says, we loved you too dearly to ever forget. So, Percival and Ursula, I believe they were husband and wife. He born in 1901 and she born in 1904. You know, I believe they're husband and so this here, these two here are husband and wife. That's my assumption. We have here another grave, but something was written, but unfortunately it's gone. These graves also, this one has writing, but possibly could read it. It's possible that it could be read. I see rest in peace. Can't figure that out. This grave here is damaged on the body part of it, but the headstone is still readable. And it says, in fond memory of our dear mother, Mistress Ella R. Burrell. Mistress Ella R. Burrell died the 15th of March 1937, age 76. So she died in 1937. My word. A whole different world. Jamaica never had independence yet. You know, Marcus Garvey was still alive. Was it King George who was the king of Jamaica at that time? King George V, am I correct? It was a different time. I believe everybody who came to her funeral had died. And at that time, the church probably was in session, was, active. Of course, very active. But today, it stands abandoned. Abandoned. Hopefully, they revive it. Because if you leave it like this, then after a while, it will just start rot away and just get worse. So some effort must be made to ensure this historic building continue to serve Lacovia and surrounding areas. Those graves have nothing. Here's a grave with an angel. Here's a grave with an angel, and this is very readable. It says, in loving memory of a dear mother and sister, Eunice Ebanks Tuna. So they used to call her Tuna. Eunice Ebanks Tuna, born the 28th of the 12th, 1948, and died the 3 of the 9, 1976. So she was young. She was young. She was about age 20, about age 27. Yeah, she was about age 27 when she died. And it says, sweet are the memories of one we love and will never forget. Sadly missed by relatives and friends, may her soul rest in peace. The names are, I don't know if the names are difficult to read or it's just me who has the difficulty of reading names. It's a small church with a small burial ground, despite the fact that there are some graves way up in the bush up there. I don't know if there are more that I did not see, but they are buried kind of scantily. And who knows, in all this grass, who knows if graves are there? So this is part of my series And look at the steps. You can see that no one, you can see that no one has been worshiping here for a very long time. Look at the steps. You know, and the welcoming map, it's falling apart as if to say, I no longer want to say welcome. And they attach a little note here on the front. What does it say? It says, please tear off the weed on the church building. Shame. I guess the person's talking about this weed that's growing on the church building. Well, you have to contact the Moravian Church, the headquarters, whomever, and find out why is it that this location is left unattended to, abandoned. There's a nice ackee tree here, and it's even bearing. You can see there are ackees on the tree here. Lovely ackees. Sure, the residents who live nearby eat it, because who else is gonna eat it? All right, guys, so this has been my tour of the Moravian Church here in Lacovia, St. Elizabeth. Hope you have enjoyed this tour. Thanks for watching, and I will be visiting more churchyards here in St. Elizabeth to educate you. I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.
There's a church in the valley by the wildwood, no lovelier place in the dale. No spot is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the vale. Oh, come, 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 come to the church by the wildwood. Oh, come to the church in the dale. No spot is so dear to my childhood as the little brown church in the dale.